Okay, hi everyone. My name is Guan from the Land Transport Authority in Singapore. So we are a government agency and we work closely with our 4 public transport operators to provide public transport services on the bus and the rail. So for myself, one key part of what I do is on enhancing inclusivity and accessibility on the public transport. And we also focus on incentives and schemes to support travel demand management. So we're trying to see how we can optimize our infrastructure such that it spreads the load across the whole day. Yep. Right. I think as society and community evolve, we tend to realize that there's increasing needs and we become more aware of the needs of everyone. And I think what's interesting over here is how do we, within the same finite resources, finite time, do we cater to the needs and address the requirements of our commuters? So for me personally, I feel that infrastructure takes time to build, and of course it takes a lot of resources as well. So one way that I see the world heading towards is how we can use softer aspects like incentives, schemes, and even on culture to try to shift the way commuters change and how to try to shift the way commuters adapt to public transport. And the other interesting aspect would be on digitalization. I think as our technology advances, there are really a lot of ways that we can try to tap on technology to enhance the commuter experience across the public transport. So it's easier for us to adapt during the interim, while just building a train lines alone, I think it takes 10 years. Yes. Whereas just putting on infrastructure and looking incentives and schemes, actually they are short-term but have long-term impact. Okay, I think one of the challenges for public transport is really accessibility in terms of how convenient it is for someone to get from one destination to another. Maybe I just draw it into particularly what I'm working on. I think as mentioned about how we tend to be more and more aware of commuters' needs. We also understand some of the challenges that different groups of commuters with different mobility challenge are facing. So while public transport at the end of the day, it's mainly catered for the masses, but we also have to make some tweaks and contextualize how public transport can be convenient and available for everyone. So I think this is one part of the challenge that we are trying to figure out, and it's not something that we can solutionize immediately, but along the way, as the community advances and as community understands the needs better, I think this is how we can adjust according to the diversity of commuters' needs. Okay, sustainable public transport. I think the first thing that probably comes to a lot of our minds is the green sustainability. But that said, that is very, very important. I think the other thing that we do want to work towards is the same phase, transport for all. Meaning, currently right now, our public transport system, it's again catered for masses. But going forward, we do want to see how public transport can be optimized for different groups of commuters. So the challenge is how do we make small tweaks without making changes to the entire infrastructure, but adding on and augmenting to what we already have to cater to the needs of more commuters. So in fact, in the next 5 or 10 years, the way I see this, it's just by making provisions for us to add on to the existing public transport system and yet be able to cater to more and more diverse needs of the commuters. I think that's something that I look forward to. Yeah, my experience has been great so far. I think it's a great platform for us to meet one another. It's not just about learning from other presenters, but also about sharing what we have been doing. I think the valuable part of this is because a lot of times our environment and context where we operate in is quite different. But learning from others, hearing what they do to cater to their needs and concerns, I think it's very good learning points because it allows us to plan in advance. And potentially when certain situations happen in our own country, we'll be able to know how do we adjust to it using other people's examples.